Never lose a networking conversation ever again. Do you hate networking? Do you love it? Do you find that you think you've had some great conversations, but then they never actually turn into anything? If so, this video is going to really help you, because I want to share with you my number one tip that I share with all the women on my business mentoring, because I believe that every conversation could turn into a client lead when it's done well. I'm Lydia Kimmerling. I'm a master life coach and business mentor. I've been helping women since 2010 scale their business to 6 figures with 30 leads in 30 days. But I'm really passionate about doing it without hustle, without pressure, and without force. I have been in business long enough to burn out and recover, and so I really want to help you squeeze time and learn from my lived experience. You can absolutely be successful and still keep your peace. You can absolutely have a very busy business and yet still feel joyful. I think that's really important. But one of the main things is making sure that you have enough leads coming in, and you don't want to waste your time and your conversations. Have you been at a networking event and you've really, encouraged yourself? You're like, right, I'm going to be confident tonight and I'm going to get 3 calls booked in from speaking to people at this event. And you think you have a really good conversation and somebody says, yeah, what you do sounds like really helpful. It sounds like I could really use your help. So you give them a card or you give them your details and you expect them to follow you up, except they don't. And maybe you didn't get their details, or you feel a bit uncomfortable about reaching out to them. We're going to change that. I'm going to take you through 4 steps that will absolutely guarantee all of that effort and time that's gone into speaking to somebody who's your perfect client at this networking event, and all that uncomfortable feeling about going is being utilized and confirmed into a conversation that you can turn into a sale and close. So as much as social media really can support us in our business and bring in leads, and I teach so much about social media in my mentoring, really how to make it work for you, I still love a bit of real life connecting. I still think that networking is a really strong addition to your business, because nothing will close faster than actually having met someone in real life. If they've been able to see you, experience you, and meet you, you've jumped 10 steps ahead of a cold outreach or a warm outreach on Instagram, for example. So it's really important that those conversations are followed all the way through. And just this week, a student on my mentorship came into the business clinic. We do business clinics every week, saying, I went to this great networking event and I met this person who I think is just absolutely my dream perfect client, and I'm waiting for him to get in touch so we can book a call in. I was like, yay, but also nay, because what I didn't want for her is to lose this opportunity, but I could see the gap that had been missed. You've had this great conversation, but you haven't actually locked them into anything. And that's the mistake. What you must do in those networking conversations is lean into the awkward feeling, stay a little bit longer where you extend the conversation to actually get them booked into a call there and then. Swapping contact details is not enough, because once they've gone home, that energy's dissipated, you've missed the moment where they're a hot lead. You want to have them committed to a conversation with you in the next 2, maximum 3 days, but ideally, if that's on a Friday, Monday. If that was on a Tuesday, before Thursday. That's going to be the best opportunity for you to carry on what you've already started face to face. And here's the exact 4 steps that I would take you through. Step 1, acknowledge the opportunity. It might sound something like, I've really enjoyed talking to you. It does sound like you've been dealing with this for some time. I actually have some ideas that I'd love to share with you. You're locking them in already with the acknowledgement that you have more to offer. Step 2, invite them into a call. How about we jump into a call this week so I can share these ideas with you? That way you can also ask me any more questions. Step 3, suggest a specific time straight away. What are you doing tomorrow at midday, say? Is that a good time for you? Step 4, and this is where you might start to feel a bit awkward, get it scheduled. Pull out your phone, get your calendar out, have a look, ask them to get their phone out. Or as you fill in your Google Calendar, that's what I use for everything, you can actually just create the time there and then, take their email there and then, it will send them an email straight away. It's all locked in. Yes, you might feel a little bit like you are overstaying the conversation or stretching the conversation a little, but you've got to think about the result, the transformation, knowing how you help this person, how you're going to serve this person. They will be so thankful at the end of your service that they have received the information, the wisdom, the support that you offer, and that you really guided them into the accountability to show up for themselves. Networking doesn't have to feel awkward, you know, really it's just about connection, curiosity, communication. It's building relationships, and essentially that's what business is about. It's just about building relationships. If you can build relationships, you can build a business. So let me know in the comments, do you do this already, or does it make you feel really awkward? I'd love to hear from you if it's been helpful. Don't leave without dropping a comment, subscribing, and of course, if you want to know more about how I can mentor you, I'll tell you about my business mentorship. Just drop me a message below or DM me on Instagram at Lydia Kimmerling. Say hi, start the conversation, and I'll explain exactly how I can take your service-based business from inconsistent months to a 6-figure business with 30 leads in 30 days. No hustle, no striving, peace, joy, freedom. That's why you started a business, and I love to help see you get there.